China's going to bail it out?
Our understanding is that there was a sudden meeting last night in the Situation Room to talk about Russia, and now you and Secretary Blinken are obviously using sharper rhetoric about the timing of the invasion. I know you don't want to get into specific intelligence, but is there something that prompted the meeting last night and that has changed the administration's assessment overnight?
So I'm not going to speak to internal deliberations, and I'm not going to get into the specifics of intelligence information. What I am going to say is that for some time now, including out of my own very mouth, we have been talking about how we had entered the window where any day now a military action could be taken. That was the formula I was using several days ago. Now, as we gain more information, our view that military action could occur any day now and could occur before the end of the Olympics is only growing in terms of its robustness, so that I can stand here and say that is a very, very distinct possibility. But I just want to say two things. First, we can't predict the exact determination that Putin would make if and when he makes a determination. So all we can say is that the strong possibility of action, the distinct possibility of action in a relatively near-term time frame, including along the time frame that I've laid out, that Secretary Blinken talked about, that is backed up by our view of what's happening on the ground, and it's backed up by information that we continue to acquire day by day, including over the course of the past few days.
What about China?
Yes.
Do you believe that? Jake, why would can you just delve into a little bit more? Why would Russia risk provoking China with an action during the Olympics? And secondly, can you just speak more broadly to the China-Russia, what looks like an emerging alliance here on certain issues, and how much does that concern you?
So I'd say three things about this. First, Russia's calculus vis-a-vis China, whether they're going to make Beijing upset or not, that's kind of between Russia and China, and Putin will obviously have to decide what he wants to do on that front. China also has its own decisions to make. And to the extent that they are giving a wink and a nod or a green light to a Russian invasion of Ukraine for no justified reason, I believe that China will ultimately come to suffer consequences as a result of that in the eyes of the rest of the world, most notably in the eyes of our European partners and allies. And then finally, I would just say that we do not believe that China can compensate Russia for the economic losses that would be sustained in the event of an invasion due to sanctions and export controls and the like. Just one more thing on the broader issue of China and Russia, because there was quite a bit of hype about the statement that they put out, and it was a notable statement that we have taken a careful look at. I've said this before, I want to say it again, and then I'll leave because Jen is now standing up, and I think it's well past my time to go. The United States, under the Biden administration, has confidence in us and in the West. We are 50% plus of global GDP. China and Russia are less than 20%. We have innovation, we have entrepreneurship, we have freedom. And when you put all of that together, the tools and capacities that we can bring to bear, now that we are more united, more purposeful, more dynamic than we have been in a very long time, we are well situated to be able to deal with any threat or challenge that would be posed to us by any autocracy in the world, including the two that you just mentioned. So let me just leave it at that. Thank you, guys.